In this harrowing tale, secrets unravel behind Celeste's chilling death and David's dark past.
The body apart. Now, her cause of death was a stab to they said the stab punctured her liver. One stab, if you look at the picture, one stab punctured the liver and the other stab punctured the lung. She would have been bleeding out everywhere and she would have not made it. A lung and a liver, you can't survive those wounds. Now, once she's dead, then this is all the stuff that happened. Her eyeball is gone, fingers are missing, she's liquefied, she's skeletal. I mean, there's literal pieces of her body gone. All right. Yet two of the fingers were gone, but he left the one with the tattoo. So let me do this. And I don't want to get into any hard conversations about, I don't want people to start attacking anyone. We're talking about the David and Celeste case. So everybody be good, please. Be good to our guilty of crime people. All right. This is a pedophile. He is a major pedophile. He was being investigated and he killed one of the witnesses, period. We are going to get into everything, but I don't want to talk about the Stephen Stearns case, or I don't want to start talking to Deb about her stuff. Deb, you know how much we got love for you. I don't want someone coming in chat and starting to talk shit or derail the case. Okay. Stephen Stearns, he's locked up. He's never getting out. This guy, David, he's a little tiny guy and he was a pedo. All right. We're just getting started. They found a ton of CSAM and now we move forward. I just don't want anyone coming in here attacking anybody because this is a hard topic. Okay. And people's parents don't do that. Don't make them do that. The bad thing about this guy's parents, David, is they knew what he was up to. They were not surprised when he was arrested. That's why they transferred the deed and everything into their name. They knew, guys. They knew. Yes. Guilty of crime membership. Thank you for Christopher, who's gone way too soon. If you want to put that in there, Foxy, yeah, thank you. If you just put that in there, I'll always post it if chat's not flying. All right. Because I'm already the Price is Right girl, right? All right, so before we even get any further, let me tell you this. Here's a rundown. And thank you for all the ladies that helped me, all the mods that are here today, all the mods if you're not here, and for sending me those files. To the mod that did, thank you so much. All right. Okay, so let me start here. I missed yesterday with you guys, but don't think I wasn't paying attention to every little detail about everything. All right. So April 23rd was yesterday. That was court. Okay. And I knew this was going to happen because if they don't push the prosecution, then David will be sitting in that jail for 3 or 4 years until trial. He has not signed a speedy trial waiver, which means we're going to see trial very, very quickly. Now, if one of you guys want to look it up while I'm telling you, or I'll look it up after, how many days do you get if you don't waive your right to a speedy trial? That's how long they have. All right. So I didn't miss anything. The next confirmed court date, guys, and this is insisted upon by David Anthony Burke's team. Evidentiary hearing is scheduled on May 1st, 2026. Now, that hearing is scheduled to last 4 to 5 days, and it will determine whether there's enough evidence for the case to proceed to trial, which is a joke because we know it is. If anybody's saying, is there enough evidence in their title? Guys, just click right out of there because there's so much evidence. That's why they took the time they did. All right. Now, during the court hearing yesterday, prosecutors and investigators provided updates on the scope of the investigation. And listen, it's always weird because this is like, it's almost like ominous that the hearing took place yesterday. That was exactly 1 year, 365 days after April 23rd of 2025. That's the date that prosecutors allege Celeste Rivas was killed. Okay? Isn't that kind of creepy and ominous? Literally. 1 year. They say that on that day yesterday, a year ago, he took her life. You ask, how did they know? Well, they know by her electronics stopping. They know by her communications to her brother no more, to her parents. They know Neo, they know Asia, they know all the crew, and all the crew stopped seeing her, and she stopped talking after that date. All right. That's why the prosecution took it. Absolutely, because they weren't looking into a death. They were looking into a case of pedophilia. They already had the criminal investigation going, and then one of their witnesses goes missing. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about a lot today is the autopsy, the witnesses, the sick phone images, how that's going to roll into a new case, and what actually really happened yesterday. All right. So listen, the investigators did state that they collected 40 terabytes of data during the course of the investigation. Now, guys, you know what makes sense about that? What makes so much more sense about them? Hold on, let me remove this and put this up. What makes so much sense about what is going on with them? Hold on. I've got like 3 different. Okay. Is that they just are going to have two different trials, 2 different things. They didn't plan on this, okay? But the chock full of child porn. Again, I'm trying to get you guys and all of us trained to say CSAM instead. All right. All right. So I don't want to put that, keep that on there because I don't want that word on there. But yesterday, the assistant district attorney did confirm that they had 3 separate investigative grand juries. Did you guys know that? The first grand jury convened November of 2025. Guys, that's when they knew the cause of death and the autopsy. Yes. Okay. So in November, when that was signed off on, we go back to the autopsy that was signed off in November. That was the first month that they did an investigative probe grand jury. Then again in December 2025. Then again after the new year, February 2026, when we all jumped because Neo was arrested. Guys, you know what makes sense why they have 40 terabytes of data? They were watching Neo. They were already watching him. They had him wiretapped for almost a freaking year. Okay? Almost a year. He had a wiretap conducted on him as part of the case. Prosecutors stated that during the search of Burke's iPhone, which was after he got arrested, had a significant amount of CSAM. It was discovered, and prosecutors stated they're going to turn over the discovery to the defense. Now the defense is shaking. They're not as confident. Everybody that was in the court yesterday said they got nervous when they announced all the CSAM on his phone, all right, or his devices. Now, body camera, they also include body camera video, DNA trace evidence, property reports, vehicle reports, photographs, forensic reports. The courts were advised that those materials will have to be provided to Burke's defense on the next court appearance that's scheduled for April 29th. So although there's May 1st set for the evidentiary hearing, they want all of that stuff on April 29th and then April, May. So right before they start. Right? So it's crazy, guys. This is gonna speed. Thank you. Appreciate you. I always say 60 or 90 days. I can't keep that much info in my head. So thank you, Isis. I appreciate that. And choo choo. Thank you. Choo choo. We definitely want to get to that goal today, guys. All right. Let's try to do that. I definitely want to give stuff away and memberships and all that. What's up, Stony? Good to see you. All of you guys. Thank you for all the stuff you've been sending me. It's been great. All right. All right. Let's get into this first part so that we can start seeing, visual. So this now murder alleged and pedo alleged, they found a ton. Listen, David's iPhone contains a ton of CSAM material, at least according to prosecutors. Now, the singer was in court yesterday, and there's many people that were in court, but they couldn't film it, so they came back and reported he was in court yesterday, which was exactly 1 year to the day when prosecutors claimed that he murdered Celeste Rivas. Now, for a status hearing, which is going to take 4 to 5 days. The judge set that for May 1st. All right. And then at the end of April, they need to give everything, all the discovery to his defense team. Now, during the hearing, prosecutors claimed that they went through his phone and they found a significant amount of CSAM, and it's unclear if the alleged CSAM features Celeste or not. All right.